Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. At the minute, look at Saturn and Jupiter in your birth charts as well. That certainly wouldn't harm. Being a general reading, roles can be reversed, timing is not absolute. But I like my clients to come to me with a question. So pause the video if you have to. Have a think about all the questions that are around you at the minute and pick one of them. Focus on it, because energy in, energy out. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will pick whatever question they want to answer and not what you and I think are the best thing. The other thing to say is that this reading either is for you or it isn't for you. There is a past and a present. So if the past and the present don't fit, it's not for you. Simple as. But do check out your waxing moon reading as we are looking, as I looked for what Libra can increase during the waxing moon. And obviously come new moon, I will be doing waning moon readings for, come full moon, I will be doing waning moon readings for what Libra can look to decrease under the energy of the waning moon. So let me bring up the cards with no further ado. And what I'm seeing at the moment is that you're feeling you've got a bold new direction, but there's a hell of a burden that you've taken on board at the moment. You've felt guided towards this, but it really is an expression of you expressing your power. We have the Magician here, but in the Orisha Tarot, very much the Magician is divinely guided. That the Orishas work through the Magician rather than the Magician actually performing the work themselves. So there is an element of divine guidance already going on how you're feeling. But that's quite a burden that you have taken on board. And I feel that you need to be tunnel visioned at the moment. I'm not sure what that means, but it's the Cyclops that's picking up the big rock there for the Ace of Wands. And we have the Three of Cups. Right. Whatever you are doing, you are expecting it to cause a little bit of ruption within your social circle. I will say all of these a lot of these December 2019 readings I've been doing, they're all a little contentious. I think the winter's maybe getting to all of us. I'm sure there's an astrology thing that would back me up with everything that's going on at the moment, but let's just call it winter. Because this Three of Cups is out of the Demon Possessed Tarot, symbolized by the Goetic spirit Vepar, Guide of the Waters. So again, that emotional aspect, if the card will stay still in my hand, can make storms and rough seas. And also causes men to die in 3 days of putrid wounds is the other demonologist note on there. But so something that you are taking on board, which you are very, very carefully considering at the moment, is going to put a few noses out of joint, to be honest. But this is something that you have been planning for some time. It's something that you've asked the universe to help you with, and you have already been given the tools to do this. And you know this because you made a wish and the wish has come through. You have manifested what you wanted to do, but you've had a lot of stress and anxiety recently about whether you should go ahead with this. But could it be, Libra, that you are putting yourself in a rescuer role, which is something that I would advise against? You are in the matter of training right now. You're in the matter of preparing. In the center 6 piles, that's the present. And we have 3 knaves, Knave of Wands, Knave of Swords, Knave of Cups. So with the Knave of Swords, you've got to act quickly, but you've got to wait for some news to come to you before you can be an effective rescuer, get my teeth in, for whoever it is that you're aiming to help. Although there is no doubt that you have all the material needs that you need to go ahead with this. But again, it is a burden. But right now, as in, don't do it today. Don't do it until you know why you're doing it and where you're going to go for it. King of Wands, King of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking again to defend somebody. Like the last reading that I did was all about defending someone. You were looking to defend somebody, but you need to know where you're going, and you need to make sure that you're looking after yourself first. Else, excuse me. Else, how else can you be an effective protector? This dream, this what you're going to do with it, okay, as that comes into shape, the anxiety that you've been feeling is going to pretty much come to an end. It's the news that comes to you will make you go, oh, of course, now everything's slotting into place for me. Oh, Knight of Pentacles here. So, yeah, there's definitely more news coming your way. And that news that you get ain't necessarily true, okay? But slow progress is going to be made, but the news that you receive will dramatically change how you are looking at things right now. Your efforts so far have been quite fertile. They have brought forward rewards for you, rewards that you required. But you may have been making plans and wishes on not entirely full information, because the situation that you're in, you've been trying to balance two very disparate people, forces, lifestyles. And the time has come where you go, yeah, I'm not sure that this is entirely worth it. And you were beginning to see a new destination to go for. But like the pot at the end of the rainbow, it isn't always there. So you was waiting for that clarity that you had of like, this isn't, just because I'm doing great for everybody around me doesn't mean I'm doing good for me. And it is in your nature to do the best for other people, but your efforts towards some people have caused consternation with others. And I think that's what that anxiety was, is how can I sort this one out? You can sort it all out. Just be aware that you need to be able to go in two different directions at once. Now, that probably sounds a little contradictory. But if you look within yourself, you can find, rather than you need this and you need this, and I can do this and I can do this, but I can't do both at the same time. Rather than that, why don't you say to both parties, I can offer this? So they are both taking very, very similar things from you. They will receive them differently because they are different people. But it means that you are being you, and you are able to bring the strength of that Cyclops to bear on your efforts, but you're not splitting yourself in two directions at once. And notice the twin fish at the bottom of that. So a Pisces symbolism, which indicates to me that by rather than trying to do everything for that person and everything for that person, you just go, I can offer this, and it does 80% of what you want, and it does 70% of what you want. So this is what you get in. That opens up a new path for you. So let's have a look. Previously, you were in a time where your efforts have had some unintended consequences. But I want to say that most of those unintended consequences were positive, even if there was a few things that you should have taken responsibility for, but you didn't. Everything generally worked out for the better, worked out okay. You benefited, other people benefited, you had victory, but you also realized that responsibilities were being put on your shoulders that you maybe didn't want to necessarily go for, and there were certain things that you were required to keep hidden. Now, there's certain secrets from back then that maybe you want to keep those still secret now. Why am I getting that? Because we've got the strength card. You've got a lot of strength to offer people. You've got a lot of stuff to offer those that are around you. This is all about doing stuff for other people. But there is a twist to this, because this is not all about doing stuff. Well, it is, but it's not all about doing stuff for other people. It's all about you being you. And bringing an end to the anxiety that you're feeling. The oracle cards that flipped over during my shuffle show the world the real you. This is the thing that you have to offer. Oh, there you go. This is the thing that you have to offer. This is where you say, hey, I have this cup, and with this cup, I can fill 80% of yours and 70% of yours. And so then you can work on the rest of it yourselves, or we can work together. But this is the main thrust of what I can do for you. But also notice, as well as that Pisces fish, we've got, as above, your cup, so below the cups that you are giving to others. So you are also in a teaching role, which is why you are not filling their cups entirely. It is not your job. But you are bringing change. You are bringing intense change around Azrael, the angel of death. Falsehoods will burn away. Secrets might be revealed or become irrelevant. So that might be why I was getting the certain things, the secret from the past. Yeah, leave them there. Fate. You are coming into the role that is ordained for you. Trust. Okay, and I feel that that trust is in your own self and in your own abilities, and not in the world per se, but in your own abilities. But that trust also means know where your limits are. You can't fill 2 cups from 1 cup, even if your cup is bigger. You might be able to fill most of those other 2 cups, but you can't fill all of them, and you shouldn't fill all of them. Integrity. Now, I know very little about that particular goddess, so I'll look her up in a moment. But also, I got the Angel of Power. The power of divine love protects and enfolds me. You're doing whatever you are doing right now for good reasons. But careful that you're not being a doormat, and careful that you're not being a rescuer, because that's the danger with this Knave of Swords here, is that you can fall into the rescuer role. Right, so with all these 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords here, the integrity, the guidance with this card is replace your critical thoughts with positive statements. Don't just accept the first offer. Use your integrity when making decisions. Speak in a loving and supporting way to yourself, which follows on with that Angel of Power, power of divine love. Have a listen to that divine bit within you that loves you. Okay? Your mind might not always listen to it, but it needs to start. Because with all this running around after other people, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You say, but I'm doing it to help, and I'm doing it. Or are you doing it to be appreciated, or are you doing it to fill some form of void within yourself? I don't see a huge hint of that void. Apart from here, there's a conflict where in a potential future, 5 of Swords, but Narcissus staring at his own reflection and getting entranced by it. You can be sucked into the role that you are by necessity playing at the moment. That role is exactly that, a role. And next week you will have another role, and the week after that another one. It is not to be who you are. Why you do it is who you are, but why you do it needs to be for the right reasons, because it needs to be done. They need help, but they don't need it all doing for them because they need to learn. Does that make sense? I think, yeah, I've lost steam on that bit. But where are we? You are your own worst critic. Yes, we can see that by the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords here. See beauty in everything around you. Spend time by a stream or a river. Now, Animetia, archetypal critic of Celtic origin. Animetia was a water goddess whose sacred grove is found at Buxton Springs in England. The Corialtalvi worshipped she who dwells at the sacred grove, long before the Romans came, on the valley floor where two springs closed together, and those who drank of her waters were cured of wasting disease and sickness. So you are having that curative effect, but don't be too much of a critic for yourself or others. You know, there's where you are helping these other two people and not doing all of it for them. No, you don't want to be doing it all for them, but you're worried that you're being guided by illusions, and that luck here will turn against you. It won't. I feel like you've got a really, really good foundation for how you're going to spring forward, because there's a certain point, however, where you have to say, right, I'm not helping anymore because I've done my job and I need to go off and do my own things, because you will have your own options come up, quite possibly through what you've done, the results of what you've done, or the connection that you make because of what you've done or are doing at the moment, more to the point. There's a lot of strength coming to you. It's weird that I'm seeing Hercules here as the King of Swords. I would have thought he'd have been more a wand or a pentacle, but we've got Ose makes one cunning in liberal sciences. I think the liberal sciences aspect is it's people and it's behaviour and it's habits and actions that are defining all of this. You're not just doing something for other people, you're showing them how to do something for themselves. Let's have a look at a potential future. Right, there is a whole new battle, whole new beginning, coming for you, but you don't necessarily need to be preparing for battle at the moment, because those who are remaining committed will becoming committed will remain committed. However, I would avoid committing to a battle on behalf of anybody other than yourself, because, like I say, that way lays a trap. I think you should stay. I'm getting the impression from these cards that maybe some of those commitments, you can go, no, I've done my job. It's okay. You don't need to commit. I don't need to commit. You don't need to commit. We've done what we need to do. Let's see what happens next week. Because you may well be setting yourself up for a battle. Yes, just follow your intuition before you agree to anything too much. So let's have a look at, action is required right now. And I think you've slowed down, but there is, from what you're doing, there is a whole new beginning starting. Certainly this situation is already hit rock bottom. Okay, you've been having your doubts, but there is peace now coming from your efforts, from your actions, and you have been, by the looks of things, you are guided and you have been supported by guidance. Accept some of the limitations that other people around you have and that you have. But certainly on a material level, things are going to change for you. I don't know why the camera keeps getting really, really bright. It's time now for you to be considering your home, okay, as well as helping all these other people. There is work for you, but you need to see the benefit from this yourself as well. You need to see the perfection that is within you. Your instinct has been there to help these people, but your instinct should also tell you when to draw back. So don't do everything for them, because it's time for you to unlock some of the magic within yourself and use your own wisdom, because what you do for others, you can do for yourself. And there's been that element of victimhood and poverty going on around you. There's the victim card. So you've definitely been helping somebody out, but you don't need to fight their battles for them. You need to teach them to fight their battles, but you're actually going to quite enjoy that process. But bear in mind, it is a role. Next week, or next month, since this is a monthly reading, next month you'll be playing a different role. So 100% effort, but not 100% of the work. So keep a little bit back for yourself, because you're going to need it. There's a new beginning coming. Okay, so I would imagine that you may well want to watch your waxing moon reading after I've seen all of this, because I've got a funny feeling that they do link in with one another. If this means anything to you, do make a comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there, and thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed already. Click the notifications bell. You'll be posted of whenever I upload. I do work a full-time job, so I record whenever I can now. But hey, I've passed my 1 month birthday on YouTube. So this is my last video for today, because, well, I've done enough now and it's my day off, and I'm going to enjoy the evening and edit these videos. So have a good time. Like I say, hold a little bit back. Do hold a little bit back. Because the other thing is, nobody needs to know everything. Some of those secrets need to remain secret. All right. Cheers.